welcome to Story Mike. Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating and timeless topics in human history, the 7 deadly sins. These aren't just minor mistakes or simple flaws. They are deep-seated behaviors and attitudes that have shaped societies, art, literature, religion, and politics for centuries. They reflect our struggles, desires, and vulnerabilities, affecting individuals and communities alike. From the prideful kings of the past to the challenges we face in modern life, these sins have left their mark on human history. In this video, we will explore each of the 7 deadly sins in detail, uncover their historical origins, see how they have influenced literature and culture, and discuss their relevance in modern life. By the end, you will also understand how to recognize these tendencies within yourself and discover strategies to overcome them for a better, more balanced life. 1. Pride. Pride is often considered the king of sins because it can lead to all others. It is an excessive belief in one's abilities, accomplishments, or superiority. Historically, pride has caused the downfall of kings, leaders, and even empires. Consider historical figures who believed they were untouchable or infallible. Many of them faced catastrophic consequences because pride clouded their judgment. In literature, pride is often the root of tragedy. For example, in Milton's Paradise Lost, pride leads to the fall of Lucifer, and in Shakespearean tragedies, characters often meet ruin because of excessive self-confidence and arrogance. Psychologically, pride can prevent personal growth because it stops people from admitting mistakes, reflecting on their actions, or learning from failures. It can damage relationships as well. Arrogance often pushes others away, creating isolation and conflict. Modern manifestations of pride appear in leadership, workplace arrogance, and even social media, where self-importance and the need for validation can dominate behavior. Recognizing and managing pride requires humility, self-reflection, and openness to feedback. 2. Envy. Envy is the desire for what others possess. It creates dissatisfaction and often leads to resentment, jealousy, and sometimes harmful actions. History provides countless examples. Wars and conflicts have been sparked by leaders who envied the wealth or power of their neighbors. Envy is not limited to rulers or leaders. It appears in everyday life, from professional rivalries to personal relationships. In modern society, social media has intensified envy by constantly exposing people to the successes, possessions, and lifestyles of others. This comparison can cause anxiety, depression, and chronic dissatisfaction. Envy can also stunt personal growth, because instead of focusing on one's own goals and development, attention is constantly directed toward what others have. Overcoming envy requires gratitude, perspective, and the conscious effort to focus on personal achievements and growth rather than comparing oneself to others. 3. Wrath. Wrath is uncontrolled anger, a force that can have catastrophic consequences. History is full of examples where wrath led to personal tragedy, social upheaval, or even large-scale wars. On a personal level, wrath can destroy relationships, careers, and communities. Psychologically, uncontrolled anger can lead to chronic stress, health problems, and impaired decision-making. Literature and art often depict wrath as a consuming fire, one that destroys everything it touches if not controlled. Managing wrath requires mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or reflection. Recognizing the triggers of anger and learning to respond rather than react is key to preventing the destructive consequences of wrath. 4. Sloth is more than laziness. It is the refusal to engage mentally, physically, or spiritually. It represents stagnation, wasted potential, and neglect of responsibilities. Historically, sloth has been criticized for weakening societies. When individuals fail to contribute, corruption, inefficiency, and decay can take hold. In personal life, sloth manifests as procrastination, avoidance, and a lack of purpose. It can lead to a life that feels unfulfilled and disconnected. Overcoming sloth involves establishing routines, setting meaningful goals, and fostering discipline. Recognizing the subtle ways sloth can creep into modern life, such as excessive screen time or avoidance of challenges, is crucial for personal development. 5. Greed. Greed is an extreme desire for wealth, power, or possessions, often at the expense of ethics or the well-being of others. History is full of examples, from corrupt rulers hoarding resources to financial scandals in modern corporations. Greed blinds people to morality, fairness, and empathy, creating inequality, social tension, and conflict. Psychologically, it creates obsession, dissatisfaction, and endless striving, because no amount of wealth or power is ever enough. Greed affects communities, governments, and economies, often leading to societal harm on a massive scale. Overcoming greed requires cultivating contentment, empathy, and ethical awareness, and finding value in personal growth and relationships rather than material accumulation. 6. Gluttony. Gluttony is overindulgence in food, drink, or other pleasures. Historically, gluttony has been linked to both health crises and social inequality. In literature and art, gluttony often serves as a symbol of excess and selfishness. Beyond physical consumption, gluttony can represent overconsumption in other areas, such as entertainment, material goods, or digital indulgences. This sin distracts from balance, mindfulness, and meaningful pursuits. Controlling gluttony requires moderation, self-discipline, and awareness of the long-term consequences of indulgence. Gluttony not only affects personal health, but can also strain resources and relationships. 7. Lust. Lust is uncontrolled sexual desire or indulgence in physical pleasures, often overriding reason and morality. While natural desire is normal, indulgence without restraint can lead to destructive outcomes in personal life and society. History and literature often depict lust as a powerful force that drives temptation, obsession, and conflict. In modern society, lust can manifest in excessive pornography consumption, casual relationships without emotional connection, or unethical manipulation. Managing lust involves self-awareness, respect for others, and prioritizing long-term emotional and social well-being over immediate gratification. Modern relevance. Even today, the 7 deadly sins are highly relevant. Social media amplifies envy, consumer culture encourages greed and gluttony, and instant gratification fuels lust. Pride and wrath appear in politics, workplaces, and personal relationships. Recognizing these tendencies within ourselves is the first step toward controlling them. Awareness, reflection, and conscious action allow us to balance desires, emotions, and behaviors, leading to healthier, more fulfilling lives. These sins are not merely ancient concepts. They are reflections of human nature that continue to shape our world. Understanding them equips us to navigate life more wisely, ethically, and successfully.